Pag sumikat yan, tayo pa siya benta for times 10 or times 100 or kung ano mangyari dun sa presyo niya.
Selfies, tapos tumaas yung value. Could you please explain paano nangyari yun?
Hindi siya ganun kahirap.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening kung nasan man kayong panig ng mundo. Ito po ang Ka-Asenso with Gerard and Mitch. Ako po si Gerard de la Peña.
Ako po si Michelle Orosa Ople. Of course, mga diskusyon ulit na ika-asenso, ikauunlad at ikagaganda ng ating mga buhay.
At syempre, ikatataba ng ating brain cells partner. Last week ang pinag-usapan natin, how to get into investing dito sa mga NFTs. Ito naman, partner, parang recently din, umiikot sa social media yung balita na may isang nag-selfie, binenta yung kanyang selfie at ikinayaman niya yon. Paano kaya nangyari yun?
Correct,
NFT raw yun. Paano nangyari yun? Pwede naman ako mag-selfie tapos benta ko rin, di ba? Paano niya ikinayaman?
Diba? Paano ba yumaman sa NFT kung ikaw ang isang creator? Diba?
That's right.
Meron kang maibibigay dito sa NFT space, paano ka papasok at paano ka yayaman? Part 2 ito ng ating NFT discussion kasama ang isang NFT native na si Rick Laig. How do you start if you're a creator, you want to make an NFT? What's the journey?
It's actually not that hard, especially kung you're a digital artist na. Diba? So if you're a digital artist, you'll already have your work in digital format. So ang karamihan ng mga artists, ang ginagawa nila JPEG yung final format ng i-upload nilang art. So once may art ka na okay na siya, gusto mong i-upload, normally I'm not an artist so hindi ako expert, pero may mga size limits yung art na i-upload mo. Pero madali lang naman makita yan pag kung mag-research ka. I think 4,000 by 4,000 pixels yung normal limit. Anyway, so pag may art ka na gusto mong upload, pipili ka ngayon ng kung saang blockchain mo gusto i-upload. Right? And again, if you're a new artist, I'd recommend Tezos because it's cheap. Since mag-experiment ka lang naman, and ang maganda sa Tezos, it's cheap enough na you can build an audience. So punta ka sa Tezos, may wallet ka na, set up ka ng account mo dun sa object.com as na-mention ko kanina. Tapos karamihan ng mga marketplaces, meron silang self-minting feature. Meaning pupunta ka lang dun sa minting page nila, i-upload mo yung art mo. Tapos kailangan may konti kang crypto na panggas. Tapos tatanong niya, ilang edition. Ang tawag ng edition, ilang copy. Ang gusto mong i-mint. So let's say, mag-upload ka ng isang art, 100 pieces ang gusto mo, so 100 editions. Pindot ka lang ng mint, gagawin na niya. Tapos pag nagawa na niya, ililipat niya doon sa wallet mo, and ready ka na. So either i-upload mo for sale doon sa marketplace, or pwede mong ilagay sa wallet mo, padala mo sa mga wallet ng kaibigan mo para mabigyan mo sila ng art. Hindi siya ganun kahirap. Especially, yun nga, for OpenSea, and for object.com, may self-minting feature sila. And it's relatively easy. Syempre, since OpenSea is Ethereum, medyo mahal siya. Yung object.com sa Tezos, mura siya. It's very cheap. So that's a really good place to start. Meron akong dalawang kaibigan na artist na ginaid ko na kung paano sila mag-start. And nakapag-mint naman sila. So yun yung way to start. Then tignan mo na lang. Yun doon importante yung Twitter. Kasi yun yung marketing mo eh. Kung artist ka, ang marketing mo is Twitter. So, kung mag-engage ka doon sa what they call crypto Twitter, CT, crypto Twitter ang tawag, malalaman mo kung yung mga account dapat mong i-follow. So, follow ka lang ng follow ng mga usually either collectors or artists. Follow ka lang ng follow, tapos minsan may magpo-post na, okay, I have 100 Tez. I want to buy new art. Shill me your art. So, magre-reply ka dun sa tweet niya, ito yung art ko, tapos i-upload mo yung art mo. So, ganun lang. Ganun ka lang ng ganun. Pwede ka mag-run ng promotion, pwede magsabi, minting today for only for 0.25 Tez. 1 Tezos is $4. For $1, for 50 pesos.
Wow.
You can buy my art. Ganun yung mga price points sa Tezos, kaya maganda eh. 0.25, 0.5, $4 lang ang Tezos. Unlike Ethereum is $3,000. So medyo masakit talaga yun. But for Tezos yun, you can collect. You can collect. For your $300 will go a long way. Marami kang mako-collect doon.
You mentioned hindi lang siya art. So if I'm a creator or what else, who else can do an NFT and what type can they do?
Yun yung medyo, it's only limited by your creativity. Kung ano yung mga gusto, kung ano yung nakikita mong possible na services na kailangan dun sa blockchain na pwede mong pwede siyang, many of them are financial function. For example, merong yun nga, yung parang escrow, merong loan, meron nga yung binench ka na para kang mag-venture capital funding using an NFT. So it's only limited by your imagination and your profession.
Wow. So anything, songs, art?
Yes, songs. Medyo hot na yun. People think na music NFTs and audio NFTs will be big in 2022.
Oh, okay.
Na kayo. Ito na ang pagkakataon nyo.
That's a different league altogether, ano?
It's been a mostly ignored segment. Pero NFTs again can carry any kind of media. Diba? So right now it's mostly video eh. So a lot of the video NFTs now have an audio component. Yung binenta ni Hart, may audio component siya. So it's an animated NFT with an audio component. So ngayon, yung mga songwriters, they're para bang siya yung bagong single, medyo matanda na kasi ako. Naalala ko pa yung singles na plaka, 'di ba? So wala na, streaming na ngayon eh. So actually nga, parang yung concept ng album medyo nawala na. Pero ngayon yun. So ngayon nga, yung NFT ngayon is para siyang nagbebenta ka ng songs, ng singles. Ang difference ngayon versus before, yung ownership component. Ano yung rights mo pag binili mo yung NFT na yon? So doon yung differentiation ng mga artists. Yung mga artists, you're allowed to play. Para lang siyang plaka. You have a copy of it. Yung mga iba, they actually sell you the rights. Pag binili mo ng NFT na, sa'yo na yung kanta. They give you the publishing rights, you can reproduce whatever. Pero syempre, mas mataas yung presyo nun pag binenta niya sa'yo. So iba-iba. Yes. Yun yung isa pa eh. Yung the rights is another thing na interesting sa NFT kasi iba-iba din siya.
Pero sufficient to say right now, ang pinaka-hot talaga is visual art.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes. Definitely it's the visual arts right now. It's pictures and it's video.
I-mint na natin yung selfie ni Gerard para kumita tayo.
Oo nga, yun. Speaking of the selfie, teka muna ha, isang misteryo sa akin yun ha. Selfies, tapos tumaas yung value. Could you please explain paano nangyari yun?
Wala, fad. Yung mga NFTs na sumikat dati, yung isa, NFT ng bato.
Okay.
Yung isa, NFT ng pickle. But I mean, it's the internet. The stupidest things can become a fad and maraming bibili for a while. Tapos after later, babagsak presyo niya. Pero nabenta mo na, nakuha mo na yung pera mo. Okay lang.
Grabe. How would you know when to buy, sell, or hold an NFT? Like, how would...
May chart din ba to?
Normally for some people, if they're doing it for investment, so nag-research na sila, tingin nila, ito, pag binili ko to, lalo na pag minint ko. Kung minint ko to, meaning I get it at the lowest possible price. Or, kahit on secondary, pag tingin ko tataas to, they'll buy it now. Tapos may benchmark, okay, pag dumoble yung presyo to, bebenta ko na. Or pag times 3 yung presyo to, bebenta ko na. So normally ang gagawin mo, magse-set ka ng sarili mong target at which point ibebenta mo na.
Right.
Bagayan ako hindi ako makabenta eh. Bili lang ako ng bili kasi acquire. Ayun. Hindi, ang ginagawa ng ibang tao, bibili sila ng dalawa. Yung isa kikip nila, isa bebenta nila. Pag tumaas yung value.
Oo. May way pa to chart that or no? Walang ganung technical.
Well, meron. They call it the floor price. So if it's a collection, you'll magkakaroon ka what's called the floor price, meaning for the pieces of this collection, ano yung pinakabababang asking price? Kasi syempre, since iba-iba yung may-ari niyan, iba-iba yung expectation nila kung ano gusto nilang makuha na pressure for the item. Yung may iba biglang mangangailangan ng pera, di babagsak nila yung presyo para lang mabenta nila. So, you can technically chart it using the floor price, meaning over time, ano yung fluctuation ng value ng collection ng mga NFT na to. Pero it's less volatile than your normal fungible crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum. Less volatile siya since hindi siya parang stock exchange na may bebenta ng 10,000, may bebenta ng 100,000 na biglang akyat, biglang baba. Ito normally medyo mas steady yung movement ng presyo. Pero minsan nagsa-spike pa rin depende pag biglang maging hot siya or whatever.
Biglang may hype or something.
Biglang may hype.
Kasi iniisip ko kasi since pad-based yung value niya, ano yun, hindi ko siya pwedeng itago for a long time. Let's say, for example, what I'm doing with my stocks right now, kunyari isang conglomerate, stock na isang conglomerate, tinatago ko siya na matagal, hindi ko siya ginagalaw kasi I'm expecting na in 10 years from now, mas mataas yung value niya. Pwede ko bang gawin yun sa isang NFT?
Pwede.
Given that
pwede
fad lang
yun.
siya? Oh, okay.
Maraming NFTs na fad. Pero yun nga, if these are NFTs issued by known quantities, like known artists,
right.
Whether they're crypto artists or they're traditional artists that have entered the crypto space, yun, pwede mong i-back yun. Lalo na ngayon, since NFTs, ang interesting sa NFTs compared to the real world is, kukonti pa lang ang taong aware sa kanya and medyo controversial pa siya. Kasi mga tao sabi, hindi, kalokohan yung NFT niyan. Kasi kung gusto ko ng copy ng picture, i-right click ko lang, isa-save ko lang sa computer ko, may kopya na ako.
That part, okay.
Hindi ba? So medyo controversial pa siya dahil hindi pa nagiget ng tao yung ownership component ng NFT. Para sa akin, kung NFT ko yan, ni-right click save mo sa computer mo, ginagawa mo siyang wallpaper, whatever mo, okay lang sa akin, wala namang problema. Kasi in the end, kung talagang gustong-gusto mo siya at gusto mong magkaroon ng iyo na masasabi, hindi, akin yan, may kopya talaga ako niyan, kailangan mo bilhin yung NFT. Diba? Otherwise, di mo masasabi ng iyo yan. Para ka lang bumili ng pirated DVD sa Divisoria.
Okay.
Diba? You don't actually own a legit copy that you can sell. Ang bottom line naman kasi nun pag sumikat yan, pero ikaw, sinave mo lang sa computer mo, hindi yan iyo. Hindi mo pwedeng pakinabangan yun. Ako, kung binili ko yan, pag sumikat yan, tayo ko siya ibenta for times 10 or times 100 or kung ano mangyari dun sa presyo niya. That's why, to go back to the question ni Gerard, yes, you can do a long hold. Kung may mga artists dyan na tingin mo either magaling talaga at tingin mong sisikat sila eventually, or merong established artist na mag-release ng NFT collection na wala pang nakakakita, wala pang nakakapansin, you can buy it and hold it. Merong mga artists, specifically yung mga crypto artists like si Pac or si X-Copy, na meron silang project na medyo long burn. Kasi nga, hindi lang siya picture by computer programming siya. Pwede mo siyang bilhin now, tapos nagkakaroon sila ng dynamics, nag-iiba yung NFT over time. Because of the programming. So for example, there's this artist, pangalan niya si Del lang, anonymous din siya, pero ang understanding ko is kilala siyang artist in the real world pero ayaw niyang gamitin yung fame niya in the NFT space, so gumamit siya ng alias. So yung isang NFT niya is dynamic, so every day nag-iiba yung itsura ng NFT niya, nag-iiba yung kulay.
Ang galing.
Tatlo normally yung figure. Sa ibang araw nagiging dalawa lang. May isang araw na walang tao doon nandun sa figure, tapos bumabalik sila. So yun yung difference ng art, ng NFT art. It can evolve kasi nga it's a computer program. Yung artist pwede niyang ibahin yung smart contract ng NFT in the future.
Wow.
Yun. So yes, you can do a long hold if you're familiar with the artist, and you're familiar with the project, and you're willing to risk to lock, not really risk, pero to lock some of your funds for a longer period. Yeah, you can do it.
Magkano yung ganong art niya?
Iba-iba. For example, yung Kendall, yung i-describe ko na ang tawag nung Ang tawag dun sa piece, the token beyond the image. Yun ba?
Wow.
Yung original price niya was about 16. It's about $750.
Oh, wow.
That was 2 months ago? About 2 months ago. Less than 2 months ago. Right today, the piece is $22,000.
Wow.
Oh, ang laki ng
Lala.
ng tinalon.
Pero nakakaaliw kasi nagbabago siya. Saka hindi mo siya mas-screenshot. Yun pala, yun yung tanong ko. The ones who would right-click save and how would the artists protect themselves? Or is that a concern even at this point?
It's not a concern. It's not a concern for the artist. It's not a concern for the collector that owns NFT. Kasi it's like taking the Mona Lisa and making a Xerox copy and then putting it on your wall and saying, I have the Mona Lisa.
Okay.
You don't.
Same concept. Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, it's the same concept. Sabi, hindi, kasi digital, it's a perfect copy. Well, no, it's not a perfect copy. Kasi in the end, that's not an authentic copy and you cannot sell it.
Right.
It's a pirated copy. It's essentially a pirated copy. You can't sell it. You can look at it and enjoy it. That's fine. But you're enjoying my property. That's okay. I don't mind. Kasi in the end, ikaw rin yung mapipikon in the end kasi hindi mo pag-aari yan.
Correct. And to sell it, you'd have to have yun nga, parang yung mga serial number.
It's actually an NFT.
Yeah.
You won't be able to sell it on a proper marketplace and have it verified if it's a copy. Yun yung maganda sa smart contract. You can be 100% sure that something is authentic if you do your research. It's easy. Kaya in the future, yung NFTs, by applications na, for example, birth certificate natin, o land title mo, o condominium title mo, if the government issues your title or your birth certificate or your SSS card as an NFT, it's so easy na to authenticate. Hindi ka na pupuntang registrar of deeds. Diba? I-check mo lang. Baka i-check mo na lang yung metadata ng NFT. If it checks out that it's the correct smart contract from the issuing agency, okay, it's authentic. Tapos. Wala nang fake na titulo. So, but these are in the future. Fake na titulo. Ang dami fake na titulo ngayon.
Correct. And then nga may mga magugulang din dyan na gumagawa ng mga fake items para humabol. Pero
fake ID, fake diploma, all of these fake documents can be a thing of the past. Pag ma-employ ng tama yung NFT technology. So the same technology that allows you to ensure that this piece of art is authentic and is issued by the creator. It's the same thing that government agencies can use to say, that certificate or that document is authentic.
Ang galing.
So,
go partner.
Okay, go partner.
Medyo
pang-closing ang tunog ng Hindi, pang-closing ang tunog ng tanong ko eh.
Closing na ba yun sa'yo?
Oo, pang-closing yung tono niya eh. So, ikaw muna, magtanong ka. Baka madagdagan yung information.
Hindi, ako yung sa akin lang, I guess if I was an artist, I was starting, do I need to have some capital to come into the NFT space? Or can I just with my art?
Good question.
Yun yung maganda. If you're starting on something on a blockchain like Tezos, you need very little capital. In fact, merong mga artist organizations that will give you a little fund so you can mint one or two of your works.
Wow, that's so amazing.
Yeah. In fact, tight-knit normally yung mga community. So if some artists see that you're new, they'll happily help you by answering questions and all of that. So it's a good space to start on Tezos because it costs you nothing except your time and your talent.
And then sa ibang blockchain meron silang
wag ka mag-try sa Ethereum, mahal ka.
Ay, talaga sa Ethereum.
Don't start on Ethereum. I can't recommend starting on Ethereum. It's too expensive. It's too expensive to experiment.
Correct. Okay. Noted. Sige partner, your question.
Hindi, ito siguro ang dami kasi nagtatanong ng mga bagay-bagay sa akin tungkol sa NFT, which is uncharted territory for me. So siguro na lang paalala mo dun sa gustong pasukin itong NFTs.
Yun. As a collector, yung collector sinabi ko na image. Kung collector ka, yun, set yourself a budget, mag-research ka muna. Start small. Same thing. Start on Tezos and get used to interacting with the social media around NFTs kasi it's extremely important. That's how you do your research. Alamin mo yung mga influencers na maayos at hindi yung mga nagsishil lang. Ayun, tapos get used to the terminology of all of it. Yun, and then start it slow. Early on, you'll usually end up with some NFTs na gusto mo pero hindi naman pala magkakaroon ng value, which is okay. Just okay. And then as you meet more importante kasi since this is Web3, di ba? So community is extremely important. So if you find the correct community, tapos salihan mo, tapos makipagkwentuhan ka, people are usually very generous and will happily teach you or tell you about the next hottest thing that you might want to look at. Kasi nobody forces you naman to buy anything. In the end, ikaw yung magdidesisyon kung ano yung bibilin mo kung saan ka mag-i-invest. Ang marami is information. Ang daming information. In fact, yun yung number one issue. Paano mo i-absorb lahat ng information at paano i-filter para malaman mo alin ba dito ang useful at alin dito yung kursunada ko. Kasi every day, for example, up to today, every day you'll get maybe 3 to 5 projects or 3 to 5 NFT mints that look interesting to you. There's no way na pwede mong i-research all 3 or all 5. There's just no way. Lalo kung may trabaho ka, having fun ka lang, pipili ka talaga, isa o dalawa. Ang best talaga, kung member ka ng community, usually sa Discord, na nagkukwentuhan, ito nakita ko, baka ma-interesado ka dito. So, kanya-kanya kayo, marami kayo nagre-research, marami kayo nagsabi, tignan nyo to, maganda to, tapos isa-summarize nila. That's one of the best ways talaga na matuto ka. Be a part of a community, usually organized around the Discord, talking about NFTs.
Right.
Normally specific to either your interest group. So, say kung NFT Pilipinas, mga Pilipino usually nandun, talking about Philippine artists.
Right.
Or if you're in a blockchain, you join a community, say, that's centered around the Tezos blockchain and Tezos NFT art. Then yung pag-uusapan, who's minting a new piece on Tezos, what's the newest project on Tezos. So, yun, then matututo ka na talaga. But it's a lot of information to absorb.
Oo nga I can't imagine. Ito pa lang parang we're just touching like the tip of the iceberg for this topic.
That's true.
For a creator, what would your advice be? Yung papasok naman as someone who...
Do it. Do it on Tezos? No, I'm not kidding. Just do it. Kasi it costs nothing except time. Right? So find a guide. Either you Google a guide or we will just provide links for you to put up for the audience of this show. Follow the links, set it all up, and do it. Just there's nothing like experience for a creator. The experience of doing your first NFT mint, it's really fun and it's really eye-opening. And then the next most fun is the time the first person buys one of your pieces. Lalo kung tipo mga hobbyist ka lang, yung tipo bang nagdo-doodle ka lang since high school, mga anime art mo, maraming say, galing mo naman. Pero you've never made a single peso out of it, except siguro sa Christmas, bibigyan mo yung ninang mo, tapos bigyan ka ng 1,000. There's nothing like selling your first piece of art to somebody that you don't know who buys it. Malaking rush yun. So, for example, there's this Malaysian girl that just does anime girls. And people buy her art for like 10 to 20 Tezos. That's like 1 Tez, $40 to $80.
Wow. And
she sells maybe 20, 25 copies of each.
Wow.
For a college student, that's no joke. Diba? And again, it costs almost nothing to mint. So pero yun na mahirap lang talaga is you need to work digital. Kasi if you're not working digital, it's a little harder kasi you need to convert your traditional art into digital. But if you already have a tablet, you already have an Intuos or whatever the artists use, and all of your work is in digital format and you can export it into JPEGs. It's not hard. It's not hard to start. The hard part is the marketing, getting a following and getting exposure. Yung pakilala ka, to get noticed. To get noticed. Pero alam mo, a small following of say mga 20 to 30 people who collect some or most of what you put out, that's already a sustainable audience.
Nice.
And then you just build slowly. Tapos pag medyo confident ka na, okay ka na sa Tezos, medyo may puhunan ka na, you mint your first item on Ethereum.
Wow.
Okay.
Nasa stance ka na.
Oo. Ang difference kasi ng Ethereum, yung audience niya and yung buying power niya is maybe 1,000 times the other blockchains. Nandun lahat ng pera. These are the people that will pay $10,000 to buy a piece of art. Na madali lang. It's not a problem. 2 ETH, 2 Ethereum is nothing. 3 Ethereum, it's pocket change.
Grabe. So yun ang pala, yun ang goals. Makarating ka
That's the goal. Level up yun.
Level up!
Start small. Pag may audience ka na, medyo may puhunan ka na, level up.
Yun.
And usually yung audience, yung following mo, yung audience mo, since many of these people normally also collect other artists. Pag sinuwerte ka, there are 1 or 2 of those na medyo whale, yung medyo may buying power. Sabihin lang, you should mint on Ethereum. Then they'll probably say foundation or super rare. Ito yung mga upscale marketplaces on Ethereum. Known origin. Kasi yun yung may ano rin yan eh. May mga hindi pa bang Saks Fifth Avenue ka na, hindi ka na response. Medyo nag-level up ka na. So yung mga ibang marketplaces medyo upscale. And your own audience would say, you should mint on Ethereum. Kasi you'll go from making $20 to $40 to $50 per piece. Suddenly you're now making $300, $400, $500 per piece.
Wow. Big.
You have to make that's why. Yun nga, it's a level up talaga. Ang laki ng talon from the other blockchains papuntang Ethereum.
Nice. That's the goal, and hopefully merong nanonood dito na magsimula and eventually makita nating nagbebenta na through
I hope so.
Sa Ethereum mo, 'di ba? Graduate.
I hope so. One of the artists on Foundation is an 8-year-old autistic Filipino boy called Sevi. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Wow.
If you Google Filipino Sevi NFT art, you can find him. And his parents probably are the ones that operate his account. And his stuff sells for what? Anywhere from 0.25 to 0.5 to 1 Ethereum. So that's anywhere from $500 all the way to $3,000, $4,000.
Wow, amazing.
But it's good. I mean, if it's something that interests you, So yeah, it's always it's an adventure. It's an adventure if you're going to start.
Galing. Rick, where can they find more information on this, or do you have your own Do you have
I don't have my own Discord. I'm just a collector. Pero yun nga, I recommend to start for the Filipino audience, NFT PH on Facebook, Philippines NFT on Twitter. From that Twitter account, you can follow the links to the Discord, and that's the best place to start. I'm also in the Discord, and there are a lot of helpful people there. I also help people there when I see when I see people asking questions.
Awesome.
And you go from there, yeah.
Yay! Thank you, Rick, so much for your time, and
thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Maraming salamat, Rick. Nako, grabe. Grabe talaga. Whether you're a creator or whether you're an investor or collector, there's so much that you can enjoy dito sa NFT space na ito. But ang pinaka-importante, if you're a creator at matagal ka nang naghahanap ng paraan para pagkakitaan ang talent mo, yung craft mo, sabi ni Rick, do it. Gawin mo lang, pumasok ka dito. Merong mga platform, we're putting the links down below, na mura lang or halos walang kapital para pumasok. Good to start there, di ba?
At saka ito, partner, ang pinaka-interesting dito, parang kakasimula pa lang niya, ngayon pa lang natin natutunan, and yet ito may nakikita na silang next phase, which is yung audio. Kasi right now, puro visual art. Next phase na yung audio, which is something that could go big this year. So, yun ang abangan natin. Napakadami talagang Pero yun nga mga ka-asenso, as with any other investment, creator ka or investor, dapat ang perang i-invest ay yung parang okay lang sa'yo na mawala, diba? So kung ikay confident na, sige, lakihan mo ilagay. Kung hindi ka pa ganun ka-confident, konti-konti muna. Start small muna para eventually when you go big, alam mo na kung anong gagawin mo, di ba?
Oo. At ako, napaka-importante nung point na, community. Community is really important. So, ito, we put the links down below. You can, the link as well to the first part of this NFT series, nandito rin. Start with people who know, di ba? Ask your questions and don't be afraid to learn from others kung ano na yung journey nila dito sa NFT space. It's the best way. May mga scam din po. That's in the first episode. Kailangan mag-ingat din tayo as with anything. Ayaw naman natin na yung pinaka-pinaghirapan nating pera ay mapunta lang kung saan. We wanna be able to, protect our money. At the same time, protect yung kinreate natin, di ba? So, hindi lang basta-basta papasok ka lang na hindi mo alam. Maganda yung talagang nag-research ka, nagtanong ka how to get the best value out of what you created kung gagawin mo siyang NFT. Di ba? We talked about utility, having a utility attached to your token. May mga ganong klaseng bagay, you'll find that out if you know more people in this space. So enjoy the
That's
ride.
right.
Go around, ask people, join the communities down below. So, and kwentuhan nyo kami, how's your NFT journey?
At saan nyo kami kukwentuhan? Ayan, punta po kayo sa Facebook, hanapin nyo po ang Ka-Asenso with Gerard and Mitch. Sendan nyo po kami ng private message at sasagot po kami sa abot ng aming mga kaya, which is all the time.
Yes, kaya naman namin. Okay, maraming
salamat. Yan mga
salamat.
Ka-Asenso, kung kayo po'y natuwa dito sa aming mga episodes, hit like, hit share, and of course, mag-subscribe po. Muli po, ito po ang Ka-Asenso with Gerard and Mitch. Ako po, si Gerard de la Peña.
Ako po si Michelle Orosa Ople. God bless mga Ka-Asenso.